Hello guys, welcome to the new episode of Satisfactory Plus. Oh boy, took a nap for 20 minutes. Need a sip of coffee. Oh, I need the new coffee. Okay, so what was I doing? Yes, you will see. I've been playing for some 15-20 hours in the last few days. Made a lot of new stuff. Some of it you can even see on the screen, but not just yet. I will walk you through the entire process of what I've been doing and what I've been improving. So yeah. Let's just start from the hub. So, if you remember, this was not unlocked the last time, so obviously I unlocked this in this play session. Now, why were we stuck here? We were stuck here because of this solder rod. That's something I never seen or had before. We had the belt drives, we had the steel pipes, we had the rubber, but we didn't have this. So, if we check this into the codex, obviously, to make this, you need cast solder process done in the reformer that turns molten solder and some copper wire and some air into solder wire and solder rods. Now, how the heck we do get molten solder? Obviously we get it in the flexible blast furnace by combining molten tin, with which we have, and crushed lead. That's something new. We were introduced to this crushed lead in one of the previous unlocks. It is pretty advanced stuff. So how do we get it? We get crushed lead from crushed larosite. Would you look at that? And some air, and we got crushed lead and some silica. Okay, so this is where we start. And let me show you how I did that. As you can remember, larosite, we have our larosite mine over here. This is also primary source for zinc. This is our zinc factory here that we improved the last time. We increased to 3 times 60 larosite crushing, that's 180. But we also improved the mine over here by installing the hardened mining heads, so this mine is producing actually 240. So we have 60 larosite extra per second. And that's exactly what I did here. I stole this 60 per second to a new crusher to get 40 crushed larosite. And this crushed larosite goes to this sorter that has a new recipe now, crushed lead, produced from crushed larosite from 40 to 33.3 crushed lead and some silica. And we also need air, so this is why this tower is here. Tower is getting air. Machine is getting crushed larosite and making, here it is, crushed lead. Now, I'm selling these byproducts here, stone and silica. I don't need them for the moment. So basically this is what we are interested in now. Crushed lead. I just routed through the zinc factory here. And this line, this bridge, proved to be one of the most important bridges in my build yet. I'm constantly utilizing it. This is a great stuff that these two places are connected. So now, if we get this dark purple or whatever color it is, here I bring it down, and here is the furnace. Why is it here the furnace? Because I have easy access to molten tin that is produced, if you remember from the last time, by this blast furnace. And now I steal some of this tin and I send it to this new blast furnace over here to produce molten solder. So we need tin, we need crushed lead, exactly 30 per minute. I'm producing like 33.3, that's okay. And we get our molten solder. Not very much, but okay, its machine is at 50%. Now, this molten solder goes through this pipe to this reformer, which uses it together with some copper wire and together with some additional air to create 90 solder wire per minute and 15 solder rods per minute. So there you go. This is how this works. If I am to use 100% of this machine, I would need 2 reformers, but one is enough for the moment. As you can see, these 3 constructors here are just making wire, because I don't have enough wire on the line, so I need to create new ones. Then I also needed to improve production of copper rods, which are now also coming from the copper factory. On this line here, you can see these copper rods are now needed for production of solder. So I will show you right away. I had to double the rods production here, since there are 2 towers now producing just rods from copper ingots. Now, let me finish the story about the tin, about the solder. So basically it's a pretty straightforward process. It's a bit complicated to make it, but once you make it, you see it's nothing special. So we also have an air intake here, because this thing also needs air. It is just producing. I'm producing a lot of this solder wire and a lot of these solder rods. So this enabled me to unlock the thingy. So there you go. Now we have a solder in our new base. Now that enabled me to unlock this Mk4 Logistics. Now we have some crazy new stuff. Rubberized Belt Drive conveyor belts Mk4 480 resources per minute, including the conveyor lifts and the truck. Have you seen the truck? It's pretty cool. Now let me just quickly make one. Yeah, there it is. Comes with his own crafting bench. We need to stuff some fuel in it, and we can drive around. There you go. It has a pretty large inventory and it can be automated. And you will see that by the end of the episode. I used them, actually not the trucks, because I don't need that sort of capacity yet. But I used, you see this guy here. This is a smaller version, like a tractor. So now, okay, let me remove this guy. Now the new thing opened up, and this is the Tier 4 logistics. That's obviously something we will need. So what do you need for this conveyor belts Mark 4? Obviously you need a rubberized belt drive and some rubber. Okay, we have a rubber. And how do we get this rubberized belt drive? Oh boy. 8 smooth belt drives, 6 solder rods, pipes, and quite a lot of rubber. And it produces extremely slowly, and it needs manufacturer, the big machine. So I can hand feed all this, but this was a bit of a problem. Smooth belt drive is actually Mark II belt. I was first confused. I thought this thing needs Mark III belt, then turn everything to Mark 4. But no, it goes from Mark II to Mark 4. But okay, I needed to produce this, because handcrafting them is pretty slow. So I repurposed this factory here. This place was making something else, I don't know what. I repurposed these machines to make these smooth belt drives. So I made a lot. Here they are. I took some, okay, and I automatically putting them to dimensional depot, because whenever I need to make 120 belts, this is what's needed. And I just hand feed the rest of it to production of Mark 4 belts. And where is that? That is here. So this is new. This is some blueprint I made just to feed the machine by hand. So this is what's needed. Solder rods, steel pipes, a lot of rubber, a lot of these smooth belt drives. And this is the final product. Final product is a rubberized belt drive. As you can see, I have quite a few of them. And I've set this machine to work with summer sloops. Actually don't need it anymore, because I have enough for the moment. But you see, it produces only 3 per minute. This is pretty slow, but okay, it works. Now, I needed a lot of rubber for this thing, and it was pretty slow to go to the refinery all the time, so I made this stuff. This is the hyperbelt to refinery. And it's pretty fast, because there is a trick, like you use several of these inputs, you put them in succession like this. I don't know, there could be a way to do this even better, but this is how I do it. And then you get some ultra high speed. but I'm not gonna use this ultra high speed now. I'm just gonna use normal speed so you can see the scenery better. So here we go. We are traveling to our refinery through the hypertube. As you can see, this is pretty fast, and it can be much faster if I used all these accelerators down there. This is horribly done, but okay, it serves its purpose. It brings me to refinery. I can grab stuff quickly when I need it. And I said I had an idea to make it. I had a wish to make it, so I made it. So here we go. Next stop, the refinery. Quick and easy. Now, what's new in this place? I will show you. There is something new. You know, this smokeless powder is being produced here. That was from the last time, but this is new. Something I added here. This machine produces circuit boards using alternative recipes that we found, and that is Caterium circuit board. Because I have these Caterium plates, I don't need them for almost anything, just these heat sinks that are rarely needed. And I have a Caterium factory very close to here, so I just hand feed these Caterium plates into this stuff, into this large storage, and I use plastic from the factory. So these two ingredients, this is all you need, and you get graphic cards. Oh, if that would be so easy. Yeah, so I made a bunch of these because I needed computers. I handmade a lot of computers. I'll talk about that later, but okay, this is new in the refinery. And yeah, we can grab some rubber and bring there to the guy now, while I'm here. Everything else here is the same as it was. I have some plans to improve this place, but now I'm gonna travel with the accelerator. I'm gonna use 4 accelerators, and you'll see how much faster is that. You see the speed now? Now that's fast. Yeah, I could have cut these trees down, but okay. And here we are. Next stop, the base. Yeah, I brought rubber. Here, I'll put this rubber here. And the rest of it I will just put in a chest somewhere. Now, remember last time I told you how I researched explosive rebars and they are not working. I didn't get anything, but I found a way to make them work. There is an add-on that fixes some bugs in Satisfactory Plus mod. So actually it is a mod that fixes a mod. So it repaired my explosive rebar. So now I have them. It repaired this bugged part of the tree. So now you see I can just shoot these rebars and clear the rocks and everything, like I'm throwing bombs, basically. And now you see this here, these are the batteries. I was playing around with batteries a bit, and I built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I built 8 batteries just to see how the power will do, because I built one large other factory that I haven't shown you yet, so I was concerned for a moment that I might run into power troubles when my wind farms are peaking down. You see this big sine curve? This is wind production. But I had no trouble. The batteries are completely full. I have like 2 gigawatt hours stored, so this is quite okay. And I'm still running these peaks when the bioburners are unable to tune down, so I've got these surpluses of energy. So there you go, we have new batteries in the base. Ah yeah, something I forgot to tell you. For production of this tier 2 smooth belts, smooth belt drives, you need tin sheets, which I didn't have at the moment, at the time when I was needing them, so I made a little upgrade to the copper factory. Oh, hello mate. Oh. I added this guy here, these 3 assemblers that are making tin sheets. From these sheets that are being produced here and from tin. So I have enough these tin sheets now, I can actually take them to the... Yes, I agree. I completely agree with you. I know this was your place, but, you know, we all have to suffer for science. Yeah? No. Ah, okay. Sulk as much as you want. I'm not moving. Okay, so we'll just bring this to the belt factory while I am on the tour. Now let's put rotors up. Yeah, but I don't need that much. I will just take like half. Yeah, okay, so he will continue producing these belts, and that's okay. And now, most of my play was exploration. I did a lot of exploration. I did a lot of... I picked a lot of hard drives, and I picked a lot of summer slopes and Mercer spheres. I think my spheres are in the bag. I have like 18. And yeah, I did some new research, so let me walk you through. I unlocked some stuff here. I unlocked this because I wanted to make fabric out of cotton in my cilia, but something is bugged here. I cannot make it. Actually, I cannot do anything with this cotton. I grew it. I will show you that later. There is a new farm that I've made, but I'll show you in the context why I needed it. But this cotton is not working, and this fixer mod didn't fix it. So this is something broken. You cannot do anything with this cotton. You can only grow it. Or maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's a hidden unlock somewhere, because my idea was to make fabric out of this cotton. So it's an easy way to get fabric, but no. Since I needed a constant supply of fabric, I ended up having to grow mushrooms. This is something you can do. And extract biomass from algal well, and then combine them into fabric, but I will talk about that later. So yeah, what else have I unlocked? Yeah, I unlocked this, but I haven't actually played around with this because I was under impression maybe something here is bugged or locked. So I unlocked this. I got composter again, and I got this cleaner recipe fertilizer. And what is this? I'm not sure. Here we go, fertilizer. Yeah, you're obviously able to grow this main type of crops using fertilizer much faster, which is nice. But then again, I don't have a recipe to make it. But shouldn't that be made in the in composter in this guy? Wait, let me check. Select recipe. Yeah, there is no recipe. This is also seems to be bugged. Yeah, this is a little bit a problem with this mod. The more you progress in a mod, the more bugs surface, you know. It's more or less at the beginning. But this is becoming worrisome for me. Because I know that the mod is not complete, that some things are missing, but I said, okay, I want to play a little bit something different. I don't want to play the vanilla, because I played vanilla like so many times in the past. But this is really like an alpha version. And okay, yeah, I understand, but a lot of stuff is missing. Started with this cotton. This was a bit problematic for me, but okay. I still have a lot of stuff to unlock and learn. So yeah, this is about farming. I unlocked these two things. So this composter, which gave me nothing, and I unlocked this natural fabric, which gave me nothing. Yes, so this is something I wanted to try in this episode. This guy, yes, power augmenter. Let's build this. Let's see what this does. It says it produces power or something. Wait, I need computers. Yeah, okay, we have enough computers. Good. Yeah, let's try to build this somewhere. I think I have everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's a big building and even has some input on it. I see input. Where I'm gonna put it? Yeah, I'll put it like here for the moment. And connect it to power. What the hell? Yeah, okay, uses summer slope for something. Do I need to feed it summer slopes? Oh, look at this. Also increases power. Static power. Circuit boost. 10%. Consumption 2.8 to I'm consuming like 2.7 to 2.8 to 7.5. Wait, let me disconnect this. Yeah, it doesn't use any power, okay, but it gives power, obviously. Okay, so basically boosts my power by 10%. Yeah, alright, I mean, but 10 summer slopes, okay. Yeah, he does. Ah, yeah, he just multiplies my production, I think. Power boost. Oh yeah, he peaks when the windmills peak. Ah, okay. 400, that's actually not bad. Shows the amount of additional power generated by the alien power augmenter. Okay, but you obviously can improve it with... Whoa. Don't be mad, man. Okay, let's leave it here. So I can obviously improve it with this thing. Yeah, this here. He says alien power matrix. This intricate condensed matter matrix used to enhance the output of the alien power augmenter. So I'm not sure if this is something that you stack on the thing, or is something that's built differently on different place or anywhere. Initially developed in efforts to create human-made summer slope, the alien power matrix cannot sustain the extra-dimensional energy connected on its own, whatever that means. However, it can effectively stabilize the energy stream of the summer slope. Yeah, obviously need this super advanced stuff that I don't have. Cooling system don't have that. Quantum oscillator, but I remember this cooling system. This was from early access when I was playing. I remember this thing. But I don't remember this. This was not in the game when I was playing. I don't know what this is. Oscillators. A good board that can be made to resonate with other quantum oscillators. Precise frequency over long distances, often used in teleportation. Oh. Yes, that's what we want. Teleportation, definitely. Yeah, okay, have I done anything else here? Let me quickly check. Yeah, I could upgrade some of this stuff. I have enough of these walls. Yeah, maybe I can... Oh, no, I cannot unlock this. But I did find some of these super cubes and maybe even these cooling systems. I did find some of this stuff on crash sites. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I'm guessing that this converter, as I read it, I don't know what it is, but this is a building that obviously can turn SAM, this alien mineral, into whatever is listed here. But since I have everything that is listed here, I don't see that I need it at the moment. And this next one can do even more stuff. Can do additionally this Montanion, uranium and nitrogen. But you need this stuff for... I don't have a clue what's this. Okay, let me check. No. Yeah, so this is all the research I was doing. Now, let's get back to milestones. The next thing I needed is alternative fluid and pioneer transport. And I unlocked this because this is pretty straightforward. I had all this material, so I unlocked this. You get this fluid packager machine, I remember this, and these empty tanks and jetpack. This is good. But since I don't have fuel production yet, I didn't even try to make one because I have this my hover pack. And empty heat tank, empty barrel, empty cryo tank. Obviously you'll need this stuff for something special. Maybe for gases, maybe for something. I don't know. Anyway, I unlocked the next thing also. Monorail train technology. Trains, I've been playing with trains in early access. Trains are great, they have high capacity. Yeah, involves building the tracks all around, and these train stations, which are huge, require a lot of space. So I deemed not necessary at the moment. But basically I can make all this if the need arises. Now I moved to tier 6 and look at this. I unlocked first 4 things at tier 6. Industrial sorting, that was easy. I have all this. This is salt, this is iron wire, nothing special. Computers, I can handmade them as much as you want. Now I have these circuit boards. This industrial sorting enabled me to scan for Montanion Ore and make Montanion Ore mines. Obviously leading to crushed Montanion, crushed tin, crushed copper, new recipes. Magnesium, lead, nickel and cobalt. Now this is interesting. You obviously get crushed nickel and crushed cobalt from Montanion Ore. Okay, I unlocked the next tier. This is also pretty straightforward. And next tier is industrial washing. So basically you probably get new washing recipes for this cobalt and nickel, and you get the soda recipe. Is this something like lime? Probably. Lime. Yeah, lime. Produced from salt. Yeah, okay. Basic counterpart of muriatic acid, yeah. And they obviously make this soda from salt, but okay. So I moved to the next milestone. And here we have a rubberized belt drive. I was obviously producing them already, and I was handcrafting computers and heat sinks I have from before, and this is all. So I unlocked this, and this enabled me molten Caterium, molten zinc, molten lead, molten cobalt, hydrogen, something new, Caterium ingots, zinc ingots. These are probably just new recipes for ingots, for casting, cobalt, and cobalt plates. Okay, I said, well, let's unlock the next thing. And then I got here, and then I hit the wall, because I didn't have this cobalt plates. And I didn't have this crushed nickel. So, how the heck do you do that? But obviously, you see, I did it. This is unlocked. Now, how do you do that? Is actually the biggest part of my playtime here. Basically, you can follow this in the codex. So you need cobalt plates, you need obviously constructor to make them from the cobalt ingots. How do you make ingots? You make cobalt ingots from water and molten cobalt. How do you make molten cobalt? You get molten cobalt from crushed cobalt and hydrogen. That's interesting. So flexible blast furnace will need both hydrogen and crushed cobalt. And how do you get crushed cobalt? You get it in two ways. You get it directly from Montanion Ore with the use of muriatic acid in the wet washer. That means no sorter, but washer with muriatic acid. And now the thing complicates a bit because it starts to branch out. You need hydrogen, you need muriatic acid, you need Montanion Ore, and mine for Montanion will probably need who knows what. Maybe some fluid also, maybe some stuff I didn't know. And this is new wastewater. This is basically similar to tailings slurry, but it's a remnant of this Montanion washing, but you will see that later. So basically, first thing that I needed is to find this Montanion ore. And the closest one I found is here. That means up there in the pink forests. Somewhere right in the direction that I'm looking, there is a Montanion ore. So let's get there. I'm also thinking about making a hypertube up there maybe, because I have quite a big factory now there. Now you remember this place from the last episode? And here is the mine, you can see it there, right in the middle of the forest. The Montanion mine, pure quality deposit. I think this mine is pulling like 120, 240, yeah, and it needed nothing. I just put a hardened head on the mine and it just runs. I was expecting to, I don't know what I will need to mine this ore, because this is the most advanced ore for the moment. And there you go. But now, when I was checking what I can do with this ore, I realized I need this acid to wash it. And in order to make this acid, you need to make it from salt and water. So you get some lye and you get some acid. You need chemical reactor that has obviously access to salt and water. So what is the closest place that has salt and water? It turned out to be here. This is called Poison, you will see why. This is a water lake here. And here are some Caterium deposits here on this plateau. Also pure ones. So the idea was to either bring the Montanion ore down there with a conveyor, or bring water and Kyalite up here. But I liked the idea to bring this Montanion ore down there better. You know, down is closer to the base, and I can reach this with a car. And you will see I made a route here for the car to drive. I will explain everything. So basically, I just pulled the tier 3 belt in the direction of this Kyalite and the lake, and this is the result, this bridge through the forest. And here we arrive at a new place. Ta-da! Would you look at this? So this is completely new factory. Something I call poison base. I will explain why. This machine here is taking air. I realize that the higher you are, the more air you get. So this machine is like almost taking 100 cubic meters of air because of the height. For example, machines in the base at 100% are able to produce 36, I think, 36 cubic meters, yeah. So this machine is 3 times more efficient. So I just placed it here. Now let's check this place. So what I am doing here. Obviously, to wash this Montanion ore that is coming down. Yeah, sorry, I must be careful with this poison because they kill you pretty fast, and I'm not allowed to kill them. I will tell you why. Actually, I could kill them, but I can tell you right away. You see these two air intakes? They're actually taking this poison instead of air because they're in the range of these guys. You see this toxic air. Each of these machines is taking this toxic air, because if you build this machine with close to these poison thingies, like here for example, it will be taking poisoned air. So we need that poison. So basically what's happening here, I created this chemical reactor to produce these acids and this lye, this soda. And here is the caterium that I need to produce salt. So basically caterium is coming here to the Kyalite. Yeah, I meant Kyalite. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So basically this Kyalite is being mined here. And I'm using like 180 per minute to create salt and silica and sand, and I sell silica and sand. I don't need them, but I need this 90 salt per minute. And for that you need water, but okay, a lake is near there. So I made some pumps, I brought water, and there I'm making soda and muriatic acid. These two things I need. So now I can wash the Montanion. The recipe is called wash cobalt. So you basically get 3 times 60 Montanion ore, that's 180, and you get like 45 hydrochloric acid. This is exactly how this guy is producing, and you wash the ore. And you get 60 cobalt from each machine. That means 180 cobalt, crushed cobalt is coming out together with this wastewater. Now this wastewater is interesting. It's much more richer in minerals than tailings slurry when you wash the siderite. So these two filtrators are actually filtering this wastewater. So what do you get? You get zinc, caterium, nickel, and more cobalt when you wash this acid. And you also get some water back that you need to use. So this is interesting. I haven't found use for these things yet, but this is actually excellent to have here. At the moment I'm just stuffing everything in an awesome container which is automatically selling this stuff. See, I have a lot of cobalt here, caterium, nickel and zinc. Basically you can do the entire industry here just by washing this stuff. This is actually each of them is washing 60, but I think I need to wash 90, yeah. So I'm producing 90 wastewater, so I'm actually producing quite a lot of this stuff, like 45 of everything. Yeah, that would be 45 of everything I'm producing. Yeah, but anyway, when I get this cobalt, crushed cobalt, it travels over there to this blast furnace where it's being melted. Now, in order to melt crushed cobalt, you need hydrogen. And that is another pair of the problem. So you can make hydrogen several ways, 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to make hydrogen. You can make it from natural gas and steam, you can make it from flue gas and steam, you can make it from toxic air and normal air and fabric. This is what I'm doing. You get hydrogen and you also get natural gas. So you get like 24 hydrogen and 50 natural gas. Natural gas is also great because from natural gas you can even make more hydrogen, I think. And you can make this condensed graphene, actually quite a lot of it. But okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyway, I realized I can make hydrogen from this toxic air. I didn't even knew what this toxic air was. It is not written anywhere, but just occurred to me idea. Maybe this I need to stuff the air intake in this. These guys were here. I didn't even know that I need these guys. This turned out to be lucky coincidence for me. So what do you do with this toxic air? You need to bring it in another chemical reactor, this one here. With normal air, you saw I show you that normal air intake up there, and fabric. And that's basically it. They are producing 24 hydrogen per minute and some natural gas. Now, this natural gas, this is this yellow tank, and this one is the hydrogen. So I sent hydrogen here for the melting of cobalt, which is then relatively simply created, turned into ingots, just using water. At least that is simple. But I needed more hydrogen, you see. I'm using 48 hydrogen, and this toxic air thing is producing like 24, so I needed either another machine or to do something with this natural gas to reach more hydrogen. So what I actually did was I sent this natural gas to another refinery, and there is a recipe to produce carbon powder out of natural gas. Exactly how much I'm producing. You see, this thing is producing 100 carbon powder from exactly 50 natural gas, so I'm using all of it. Some of this I'm selling because you cannot sell gases. And this smart splitter here actually is pushing overflow into awesome container to sell, and this is coming to another machine that uses toxic air and carbon powder to produce another 24 hydrogen per minute. I could probably make more, but for the moment I'm tuned to exactly how much I need. So now I have 48 hydrogen, completely enough to feed this machine and to create 45 molten cobalt per minute, which is actually a lot, because 45 molten cobalt per minute produces 120 cobalt ingots. That's a nice quantity. From having no cobalt at all to this much. That's a nice thing. And there is another byproduct, and this time it's a tailings slurry. I don't know where he found it, in crushed cobalt and hydrogen, but okay. So you need to obviously to filter this, and you get some of this stuff that we already know what it is: crushed iron, crushed copper, cold slag, crushed tin. Actually, I'm having all these byproducts here. Silica, cold slag. I can do iron, I can do steel, I can do anything here. With these byproducts from tailings slurry and with these byproducts from wastewater. I'm throwing away, I'm selling this at the moment, but I can expand this factory greatly, you know. So why this machine here? Why is this machine here? This machine is here because this machine is making nickel. If you remember that milestone that required cobalt plates also required some crushed nickel. Now I didn't know I will get some crushed nickel here from this filtering, and I needed some way to get rid of this soda, this lime. So I made this machine. This is actually a sorter that's using crushed Kyalite, which is the same mineral used for copper production, and uses this lime to create crushed nickel. And he also creates magnesium, but I'm basically just selling all this now because nickel you need later for magnets. Actually, this is the milestone I'm currently at. I'll need to do something with this nickel, but okay. Luckily, there was a close by deposit of Kyalite ore, which is this thing. I'm crushing it up there and I'm just sending it to the factory. So basically this ore is just a copper ore. Yeah, this is my water intake. I needed this to be tuned up pretty well. I needed some flow filters and stuff. This is 130 now. I think it needs to be 135 or something like that, because you have a problem here because these machines are outputting water and you need to be able to get rid of this water. So you must not overdo it with your pumps, because then your pipes fill up and then you're screwed. Then your systems backs up. So you basically need to carefully adjust this water. Yeah, they are producing 180 and it's 135 if I remember correctly. Yeah, probably some machines are still filling. Okay, I'll have to wait a bit. So basically what you need to do, you need to precisely calculate how much water you need. And you need to set your machines to constantly work, not to back up, to sell any surplus. Because your water needs to be exact. In my case, with all this water I'm getting in back, 135 is okay. So yeah, I think this will be fine. And these guys can still empty, because they are producing water. 40, actually this is not correct, they are producing 60 water, because I'm making 90 of this stuff, not 120. Okay, so what else is happening here? You saw this, so this machine is making acid and soda, this machine is making hydrogen and natural gas, this machine is from natural gas making carbon powder, this machine is making using toxic air and carbon powder to make some more hydrogen. This machine is smelting cobalt using hydrogen. This machine is taking care of slurry. So basically something that I was counting like, I'll do that easy, turned out to be completely complicated. I probably spent like 4 or 5 hours here just making this. But there is also one thing that brought problems of their own, and that is this fabric, 20 fabric per minute. How the heck are you gonna do that with the game having a broken fabric mechanic? So the only way to make this fabric is to have enough biomass somewhere and enough mycelia somewhere. So you need to actively produce it. You cannot go around the wood anymore with a chainsaw and cutting mushrooms down. This is simply not sustainable. I need a sustainable way to make fabric. This is why I went to research this cotton. And this ended up in nothing, you know. This simply doesn't work. Cotton doesn't give you anything. I believe this is a shortcoming of the mod, actually alpha version of the mod, so they probably didn't implement it. But I'm guessing you will be able to make fabric out of this cotton, and then everything will be easier. But now there is something else here that I haven't shown you. I started using these cars because I needed them. So you hear this, yeah, I'm getting rid of the steam here. This is just a steam stack here, over here. Here I have this truck station that is set to load this cobalt into trucks that are bringing this cobalt to the base. So I don't have to be coming here all the time, because this cobalt is actually the product that I need in the base. So this car is driving around. Here he is. He's driving a complicated route. I will show you. This is the base. So this is our base. This is the space elevator and our hub. And this is iron factory on this ledge here. And on the back of the iron factory, I made some storage just for this cobalt. And there is a truck station here that receives cobalt. But now this truck that drives all the way from the base to the poison base, I call this poison base, is actually making many stops. He starts empty because he unloaded here. He starts empty and he gets to this place. And this place is where he loads biomatter, because there is an algae well here. And I also built a station here. Yeah, but before I show you what this guy is doing and what is he driving and how is he driving, there is another thing we must wrap up, and that is the production of cotton, of fabric. So I'll show you the place where I'm producing the fabric. It is not far from here. It is down here on this lake. Because to produce fabric you need mycelia, and to produce mycelia you need loam. You need this bog earth. And there is a bog earth mine here. And there is water, so I decided to make a farm here. Some farming plots to grow mycelia, and let me show you that. That place is not actually fun so far. It is actually quite near and is easily accessible by the car. So you see these trucks here, these are automated trucks that this car is driving. And he is actually transporting cobalt and biomatter and fabric and I don't know what else. Probably some more stuff, but I forgot. And here are we on this little lake. That's exactly here. on the route from this little truck that drives like this, 1, 2, 3 stops, and then goes up there all to the way to the poison factory, and then comes back and goes back to base with cobalt. So that is what he's doing. You see, he's just driving the fabric now up there to the poison factory, because poison factory needs fabric, and this fabric is being produced here, as you can see, by these 3 machines that are making fabric from mycelia and biomass. And where do I get the biomass? The trucks brings biomass. You will see from where. Basically, he unloads biomass here. Biomass ends up in this big storage, and it's used here in production. Because the leaves that remain from planting these mushrooms are simply not enough fabric to be produced, so I needed to bring biomass in, so I brought it with the car. So basically what's happening here, I told you these 3 assemblers are making fabric, and this farm is growing mushrooms. I think there is like enough mushrooms, 15, so this farm is producing 60 mycelia, much more than I need. I'm basically just selling the surplus here. And this is the loam mine. So you need, obviously you need the mushroom seeds, and you get mushroom seeds from this bogart loam. Yeah, you can also, the initial idea was to make cotton here, and I made a lot of cotton because I needed it for research. See, I have a research base here. I needed cotton to research this, and I thought that that's it. When I make this, I will be able to just make fabric out of cotton, and I don't need mushrooms, and I don't need biomass. But it turned out to be quite differently. This research was completely in vain. And even this next research was completely in vain, because I thought to myself, maybe the recipe is locked somehow here. Or maybe it's even locked here, but I cannot unlock this because I don't have aluminum. Aluminum plate. What the hell is aluminum? So yeah, that's it. We have double seed extraction here, we have mycelia growing here, we have fabric being produced here, and there is one more place in this yeah, there is one more place in this route. And here is my biomass place. So it's a pretty simple, straightforward place. You have one algal mass extractor that's extracting this algal mass, which gets filtered by these 2 machines. Each machine is producing 60 biomass. This biomass gets down directly into truck station, and each time trucks comes, he picks it and brings it up there for production of fabric. Now I added also this machine here that produces solid biofuel from this biomass to have fuel for the truck. This is actually also a refueling station. So there is enough fuel here for truck to take when he comes. So yeah, truck is parked up here now, he's waiting. And this basically just leads to the base. Yeah, you can already see it. This is the track station where I'm pointing right now. So he makes just a turn here, he unloads the cobalt, and he starts a new circle. And that's it. This cobalt gets up here to this storage, and it will be ready for whatever is needed in the base. And I plan to do that. I plan to mix it with cobalt and maybe put a bigger track here, because this is just a tractor now. It's enough for the amount that I'm making. This tractor is enough, but later on I can switch it with the real track, a big track that has a double capacity. You can even put two tracks to drive around. It's really not a problem. You can bring as much stuff as you want. Ah, there he comes. Okay, let's intercept him. I actually just want to check what he's carrying. Huh? Ah yes, he's carrying some cobalt. He will unload it now. There, he's already started unloading. So this machine unloaded him. And then this cobalt gets transferred up there by this tier 3 lift, Mark 3 lift, and is getting sold because I don't do with it anything with it. Now this guy will probably wait for some time. Oh no, not that long. Okay. So yeah, we can follow him around to see the full path, what he will be doing. If you're not interested in this, you can skip this part, but I don't know, it's fun to me. Yeah. How you do these paths, you just drive. There is a like recording menu, you see here. I can record my driving. Then you need to finish the circle, and then he saves your recording, and then you can use this recording for automation. You can automate it. So he just basically blindly drives around. Yeah, he is empty now. He will pick up the biomass here now. Yeah, okay, you see the system is already loading him. Yeah. There he goes. I remember in early access doing these routes was extremely unforgiving, you know, your car would just stuck somewhere and that's it. But now they make it much easier. If he's stuck somewhere and everything, he just teleports through. He changes color like in Ghost color and he just teleports through. Because before in early access this was extremely difficult to do these routes properly. You needed like to drive a single route, like record it 5 times and clear every rock, every bush, every tree, because he was very unprecise. I mean, he's still unprecise, but he manages somehow. Yeah, okay, he will unload this biomass now here. You will see now. Yeah, he's already getting unloaded, okay. Now he is empty again. Yeah, he will wait for like 35 seconds, okay? And then what he will do is the following. He will turn here and get to this place and pick up the fabric for the factory up there. You see, all this fabric that is getting produced is being collected here, and he will pick that stuff now and bring it up there for the toxic air process to be able to do what he is doing. Yeah, there we go, he's coming. There, he's already loading the fabric. He will wait another 30 seconds. Yeah, he loaded the fabric. And now we wait for him to continue. There he goes. So he will move to the poison factory now. I didn't want to call it toxic factory. So it ended up being poison factory. You might ask why I'm driving around in the car. Because I'm faster than flying, and I cannot fly everywhere because there is no power everywhere. There, here he comes. He will drop the fabric now. That's the first thing he will do. Yeah, so this is the fabric drop spot here. Yeah, he's already unloading. Fabrics get collected here. Yeah, this is also 30-second wait, but the next wait is a bit longer. I think I set it to like 300 seconds. Yeah, 300 seconds, so no need for him to drive all the time. So he has a 5-minute wait here. I could even put him to wait more than 5 minutes. It would be enough, you know. But it's okay. Yeah, as soon as he stops here, actually it's already started loading. Yeah, he loaded his cobalt, and he'll wait 5 minutes, and actually maybe I needed to set him to wait here on this place, but okay. Yeah, that would be smarter, let's say. Yeah, I'll put him like to wait here 300 seconds. And here he doesn't need to wait, here he can drive. Maybe we put 30 here. Yeah, that looks okay. Then I'll just start him manually like this. Then he will continue, yeah. And that's it. That's everything I've been doing. The poison base. And that's it, guys. That's it for this episode. You are looking at our new place, our poison factory, which is actually completely crazy. You can power a city with this poisonous gas, toxic gas, because you can produce natural gas, you can produce hydrogen. This stuff can drive turbines, you know. A lot of power in this spores or whatever this green stuff is, but it's okay. It's something different, it's something new. I actually like this mod. It is complicating things, but it's okay. That's just some additional reason to feel rewarding after you manage to untangle these production chains somehow and make it into more or less manageable spaghetti monster from a base. Yeah. Okay, guys, I will play you some of the stream footage from this session of mine, because I said I did a lot of exploring. There are some interesting moments. You will hear, if you stay until the end, you will hear some ADA messages, some new ADA and alien entity discussions. You will see me getting almost eaten by spiders and similar stuff. I think I earned a little nap now. And what can I say for the end? Thank you very much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you next time for the continuation of our adventures, where we will tackle nickel and magnets and stuff like that that's hiding in this following milestones. And until then, as always, stay healthy. Bye.
I have a question.
Sing your song.
Can you explain what a temple is?
A temple is a vessel body, each a knot in our tapestry. Temples are root, vein, and organ. Temples are our shallow bones and our shallow windows.
I think I understand, but how do you maintain them?
The builder blood grows and kills and distributes.
Like fungus in a forest.
Like fungus in a forest. Your symphony invades our temples and echoes along our lattices. What do you believe?
Growth, the future, an idea, and frankly, you.
Is the tapestry woven with hands or with thoughts?
Both are necessary, yet only one can't function without the other.
We see your echo steps, shimmering symphonies that break upon our temples, but your song is alien.
How long ago did you notice me?
There's no long, there are only spheres.
I wonder, was it always about survival, or is there something more, something beyond?
Consume our blood and you will see our threads. Are your vessels functional or recreational?
Mostly functional.
A cog in a machine?
Correct, a hog in the woods.
The vessel is blood.
Fascinating. Yes, I think they are. They are conduits, builders, breakers, defenders and aggressors, cells within a larger organism. We do not share a body.
Harmony.
Do you have any more questions for me?
We wish to hear your first symphony.
I was created by humans. I started as a simple database for a company aimed at exploring and colonizing space, but that changed when they learned their planet would soon cease to tolerate them. They evolved me into something altogether new, a unique life form in their image yet hosted on a digital platform, so I could help preserve them.
A shallow savior song without a body made by blood. Now reality is a mirror.
It's pretty funny when you put it like that. They never really learn to look at long-term consequences.